Have you ever felt emotionally drained, walking on eggshells, or questioning your worth because of someone's behavior? You might be stuck in a toxic relationship. Toxic relationships can exist in romantic partnerships, friendships, or even within families. Regardless of the context, they lead to emotional exhaustion and a loss of self-esteem. Carl Jung once said, "I am not what happened to me. I am what I choose to become." This reminds us that despite hardships, we have the power to reclaim our lives. The first step is recognizing when a relationship becomes toxic. Toxic relationships don't always start with obvious red flags. They often begin like any other, warm and promising. Over time, subtle signs emerge: criticism, control, or guilt-tripping. These small signs might seem minor alone, but form a pattern of manipulation when combined. Admitting you're in a toxic relationship is difficult. Often we justify the other person's behavior. They're just stressed. It's my fault for upsetting them. They didn't mean to hurt me. These justifications come from empathy and hope, but can trap you in a cycle of self-blame. Toxic individuals often manipulate your emotions, making you doubt your own perceptions. Staying in a toxic relationship affects your mental and physical health. Stress and anxiety, constantly worrying about saying the wrong thing. Low self-esteem, feeling inadequate or unworthy, isolation, losing touch with friends and family. Physical symptoms, fatigue, headaches, or sleep problems. When toxicity takes root, it impacts your daily life, including work and hobbies. Leaving a toxic relationship isn't as simple as it seems. Psychological factors like trauma bonding make it hard to walk away. Trauma bonding happens when cycles of abuse are mixed with acts of kindness. These moments create a strong attachment, making you believe things might change. You might think, maybe this time they really mean it. The hope for change, combined with fear of loneliness, keeps you stuck. You may also feel guilty about leaving, especially if the other person plays the victim. Toxic relationships often make you doubt yourself. You might question whether you're being too sensitive or if your reactions are exaggerated. Toxic individuals are skilled at shifting blame, making you feel like the problem. This constant self-doubt makes it harder to recognize mistreatment. Awareness is key to breaking free. It means seeing reality without justifying the abuse. Challenge the belief that you're responsible for someone else's toxic behavior. Ask yourself, do I feel safe and respected in this relationship? Am I always apologizing for things that aren't my fault? Do I feel like I have to change myself to maintain peace? If yes, it's time to face the truth. Realizing you're in a toxic relationship doesn't mean you failed. It means you're strong enough to confront reality. Choosing to address toxicity means prioritizing your well-being. It's not about giving up on the other person or being selfish. It's about protecting your mental health. You deserve relationships that support and uplift you. Toxic relationships can make you forget this fundamental truth. Reclaiming your worth is the first step toward healing. In the next parts, we'll discuss specific signs of toxic relationships, from manipulation to control. We'll explore practical steps to identify these signs and regain control of your life. By the end, you'll know how to recognize toxicity, break free, and rebuild your sense of self. Stay strong and believe in your worth. Emotional manipulation is a common sign of toxic relationships. It leaves you feeling confused, guilty, and questioning your reality. Manipulators distort the truth to gain control, making it hard to see the situation clearly. Gaslighting makes you doubt your thoughts and memories. A manipulator might say, You're overreacting. It never happened that way. You're too sensitive. I never said that. You're imagining things. Over time, these remarks make you doubt your judgment, causing dependence on the manipulator's version of reality. When confronted, toxic people might claim, "I can't believe you're attacking me. You're being unfair. Don't you care about my feelings?" This tactic makes you feel guilty, so you apologize even when you're not at fault. Love bombing involves intense affection at first, followed by sudden withdrawal. This creates a cycle where you constantly seek their approval, feeling that if you change, they'll return to being loving. Manipulators make you feel responsible for their emotions. If you loved me, you wouldn't make me feel this way. After all I've done, this is how you treat me. This guilt makes you compromise your own needs to keep them happy. Sometimes toxic people use threats to control you. If you leave me, I'll never be okay. Without you, I'm lost. Such statements make you feel responsible for their well-being, trapping you out of fear of hurting them. Manipulators disguise criticism as honesty or jokes. "You're too sensitive. I'm just being honest. You need to toughen up." These comments gradually erode your self-esteem, making you believe you're the problem. Recognize manipulation by keeping a journal of interactions that leave you feeling guilty or confused. Setting boundaries is key. Clearly state how you want to be treated. If they dismiss your feelings, it's a sign of continued manipulation. Reach out to supportive friends or a therapist for perspective. Sometimes sharing your experiences helps you see the patterns more clearly. Breaking free from manipulation requires recognizing your worth and setting boundaries. It's not selfish to protect your mental health. Walking away from toxic manipulation shows self-respect. Next, we'll discuss how control and isolation can further trap you in a toxic relationship and how to reclaim your freedom. Stay strong, and remember, you deserve respect and kindness. One of the most defining traits of a toxic relationship is the gradual loss of your freedom. Toxic partners often use control and isolation to dominate your life, making it difficult for you to maintain a sense of independence. Understanding these patterns can help you break free and reclaim your autonomy. At first, control might seem harmless, even caring. They might say, "I just want to know where you are to make sure you're safe. I worry about you. Text me when you're with friends." While these statements may seem thoughtful, they often mask a deeper need to monitor and restrict your movements. Over time, their care becomes suffocating, and you feel guilty for wanting personal space. Some toxic partners control finances to maintain dominance. This might look like limiting your access to money, criticizing your spending habits, discouraging you from working or earning your own income. By making you financially dependent, they reduce your ability to leave or make independent choices. Another red flag is controlling who you can interact with. They may express jealousy or distrust when you spend time with friends or family. "I don't like your friends. They're a bad influence. Your family doesn't really care about you like I do." This control isolates you from support systems, making you more reliant on them for validation and companionship. Control also shows up as constant criticism. Toxic partners might belittle your achievements or dismiss your opinions, saying things like, "You wouldn't understand. This is too complex for you. You're lucky I put up with you. No one else would." These statements undermine your self-worth, convincing you that you need them to navigate life. In today's world, control can extend into the digital realm. constantly checking your phone, demanding passwords to social media accounts, tracking your location through apps. This invasion of privacy is framed as caring or just being protective, but it's a clear violation of your autonomy. A common tactic is convincing you that you're incapable of managing life on your own. You'd be lost without me. No one else would put up with your flaws. This conditioning makes you doubt your abilities, fostering dependence and fear of leaving. Isolation deepens control by separating you from people who care. Toxic partners might start conflicts when you plan to meet friends, spread rumors or lie to make you mistrust others, criticize your loved ones to create distance. This tactic ensures that your social circle becomes smaller, leaving the toxic person as your primary or only source of interaction. Breaking free requires recognizing these patterns. Start by reconnecting with friends and family. Even small steps, like calling a trusted friend, can remind you that support is available. Assert your right to privacy and independence by setting boundaries. I don't need to explain every detail of my day. I value my friendships, and I will continue to maintain them. Challenge the belief that you're incapable without them. Reflect on past achievements and skills you've developed. Rebuilding your confidence is crucial to reclaiming your freedom. Isolation makes leaving harder. Reach out to people who care about you. Share your experiences to gain a clearer perspective. Sometimes hearing someone affirm that you're being controlled can be a turning point. Therapists and support groups can also provide guidance on regaining your independence. They can help you develop strategies to resist control without putting yourself at risk. Breaking free from control doesn't happen overnight. Start with small, manageable steps. Re-establish your own routines, pursue hobbies, and take back control of your finances. Gradually, you'll rebuild a life where you make decisions based on your own needs and desires. One of the most harmful aspects of a toxic relationship is the consistent lack of respect. Disrespect can take many forms, from subtle put-downs to outright humiliation. Over time, these behaviors can erode your self-esteem, making you question your own value. Toxic partners often criticize you under the guise of helping or being honest. They might say, "I'm just trying to make you better, you're too sensitive, you'll never improve if you don't take criticism." These comments are framed as constructive, but they are actually intended to make you doubt yourself. You might start believing that you're inadequate or that your efforts will never be enough. Some toxic individuals take disrespect to a public level, making jokes at your expense or sharing personal details without your consent. This could look like mocking your appearance or ideas in social settings, bringing up private matters to embarrass you. This behavior chips away at your dignity, making you feel small and powerless. You might laugh it off to avoid conflict, but inside, it leaves a mark on your self-worth. Respecting boundaries is essential in any healthy relationship. Toxic partners, however, tend to push limits, reading your messages without permission, making decisions on your behalf without consulting you, forcing you to do things you're uncomfortable with. When you express discomfort, they might accuse you of being difficult or overreacting. This invalidates your feelings and makes you doubt your right to set boundaries. A key trait of toxic behavior is dismissing your feelings. You're too emotional. Calm down. You always make a big deal out of nothing. Over time, you might internalize these remarks, believing that your emotions are a problem rather than a valid response to mistreatment. Disrespect often manifests as jealousy masked as concern. "I just care too much." That's why I worry. You must be hiding something if you don't tell me everything. Toxic jealousy makes you feel like you have to constantly prove your loyalty, even when you've done nothing wrong. This behavior isolates you, as you may reduce interactions with others to avoid conflict. No matter how much effort you put in, a toxic partner may act like it's never enough. That's your responsibility anyway. Why should I thank you? You're just doing what you're supposed to do. This lack of gratitude makes you feel unappreciated and undervalued, eroding your sense of self-worth. The silent treatment is a passive-aggressive way to exert control. By refusing to communicate, they make you feel ignored and insignificant. You may end up apologizing just to end the silence, even if you did nothing wrong. Instead of celebrating your successes, a toxic person might downplay or dismiss them. It's not that impressive. Anyone could do that. You only succeeded because you got lucky. These comments are meant to make you feel small, even when you've accomplished something significant. This makes it hard to take pride in your achievements, as you're constantly seeking their approval. Recognizing disrespect is crucial. Start by reflecting on how certain comments or actions make you feel. If you consistently feel hurt, belittled, or dismissed, it's a sign that you're not being respected. Establish clear boundaries and communicate them assertively. I don't appreciate being spoken to that way. My achievements matter, and I deserve to feel proud. Surround yourself with people who uplift and appreciate you. Reconnect with friends and family who value your strengths. Their support can help rebuild your self-esteem and remind you that you deserve respect. Rebuilding your confidence after being disrespected takes time. Practice self-affirmation. My feelings are valid. I am worthy of respect and kindness. Engage in activities that remind you of your capabilities and strengths. Whether it's a hobby, a creative project, or connecting with supportive friends, these actions will reinforce your self-worth. Accepting disrespect slowly erodes your identity. You may start to question your own worth, believing you deserve this treatment. Breaking the cycle means choosing to respect yourself enough to walk away from harmful dynamics. Breaking free from a toxic relationship is just the beginning. The journey to healing can feel overwhelming, but reclaiming your sense of self is possible. Toxic dynamics leave deep emotional wounds, and understanding how to heal is essential to moving forward. One of the first steps in healing is acknowledging your emotions without judgment. You might feel a mix of relief, sadness, anger, and confusion. Allow yourself to grieve, not just the loss of the relationship, but also the version of yourself that tolerated mistreatment. It's common to doubt your decision to leave. You might think, did I overreact? Maybe it wasn't that bad. Could I have done more to make it work? Remind yourself that leaving a toxic situation is an act of self-preservation, not selfishness. It's okay to feel conflicted while also recognizing that prioritizing your well-being was necessary. Trauma bonds make leaving a toxic relationship emotionally challenging. These bonds form when cycles of abuse are interspersed with positive reinforcement, making you believe that things might change. This creates a strong emotional attachment, despite the harm caused. Breaking a trauma bond means recognizing that love and pain shouldn't coexist. Reflect on the pattern. Was kindness often followed by control or manipulation? Understanding this cycle helps you see why it was necessary to break free. Toxic relationships can make you lose touch with your identity. You may have adapted to meet the other person's expectations, leaving your own desires neglected. Now is the time to reconnect with who you are. Engage in activities you once loved. Reconnect with supportive friends and family. Explore new hobbies that excite you. Reflect on your values, dreams, and goals. Journaling can help you articulate who you want to become moving forward. It's easy to criticize yourself for staying too long or not seeing the signs earlier. Practice self-compassion by acknowledging that you did your best with the knowledge and strength you had at the time. Healing involves forgiving yourself, not just the other person. Positive affirmations can help rebuild your self-esteem. I am deserving of love and respect. My worth is not defined by someone else's treatment. I am strong enough to heal. Isolation is common after leaving a toxic relationship, especially if your partner previously isolated you from others. Reach out to those who genuinely care. Talking openly about your experiences with supportive friends or joining a support group can help you process your feelings without judgment. Therapy is another valuable tool. A counselor can help you unpack the emotional residue and guide you toward rebuilding a healthy sense of self. Don't hesitate to seek professional support. It's a sign of strength, not weakness. After leaving, you may still feel uncertain about asserting yourself. Practice setting boundaries in small ways. I'm not comfortable discussing that. I need space to process my feelings. I choose to focus on my well-being. Boundaries are a way of affirming your right to feel safe and respected. They help you protect your energy and prevent falling back into old patterns. Toxic relationships often overshadow your happiness. Now it's time to invite joy back into your life. Rediscover simple pleasures, whether it's listening to your favorite music, spending time outdoors, or reconnecting with creativity. Celebrate small victories, like setting a new boundary or reconnecting with an old friend. Healing is not linear. There will be setbacks. But each positive step is a testament to your resilience. It's normal to feel guilty, especially if your toxic partner played the victim. You might question whether leaving was the right choice, fearing that you caused them pain. However, remember that prioritizing your mental and emotional health is never wrong. You are not responsible for fixing someone who refuses to change. Let go of the guilt by reminding yourself that you cannot sacrifice your well-being to accommodate someone else's dysfunction. Once you've begun to heal, focus on creating healthy relationships. Reflect on the lessons learned from your past experience. Respect and mutual support are non-negotiable. Communication should be open and honest, not manipulative. Your boundaries deserve to be respected, not dismissed. Take time to build a stronger relationship with yourself before diving into new connections. Self-love and self-awareness are your best safeguards against falling into similar patterns. Sometimes you may never fully understand why someone treated you poorly. Finding peace means accepting that you might never get the closure you hoped for. Let go of the need for validation from the person who hurt you. Instead, focus on your own growth. Closure comes not from them, but from deciding to live on your terms, valuing yourself enough to move forward. After breaking free from a toxic relationship, it's essential to focus on creating healthier, more fulfilling connections. Healing from past wounds takes time, but building new relationships grounded in respect and mutual understanding will restore your sense of self-worth. Your experience taught you valuable lessons about boundaries, self-respect, and the importance of balanced relationships. Instead of dwelling on the pain, use your insight to make more mindful choices moving forward. Ask yourself, what patterns did I overlook before? What were the early red flags? How did I feel when I compromised my values? Acknowledging these answers will help you recognize unhealthy behaviors early on and empower you to make different decisions next time. Setting high standards doesn't mean being unreasonable. It means valuing your well-being. Healthy relationships should make you feel supported, respected, and valued. Clarify your non-negotiables: respect for your boundaries, honesty without manipulation, emotional support without judgment. When you prioritize your standards, you build a foundation of self-respect, making it less likely to settle for less. One of the most critical aspects of a positive relationship is clear, honest communication. In the past, you may have felt silenced or dismissed. Now focus on openly expressing your needs. I feel valued when you listen to my concerns. I need reassurance when I'm feeling insecure. Healthy partners will respond with empathy and willingness to understand. They won't make you feel guilty for expressing your feelings. It's normal to struggle with trust after being hurt. Take time to rebuild it gradually. Start by trusting yourself and your instincts again. If something feels off, don't ignore it. Your intuition is a guide, shaped by past experiences. When you meet new people, observe their actions. True trust develops when words align with behavior over time. Don't rush into vulnerability. Let relationships grow organically. Having clear boundaries is crucial for maintaining your well-being. In your new relationships, practice stating your limits early on. I need time to myself to recharge. I won't tolerate disrespectful language. If someone crosses a boundary, address it calmly. I feel uncomfortable when you do that. Please respect my space. Healthy individuals will respect your boundaries and won't pressure you to compromise your comfort. After leaving toxicity behind, focus on nurturing your relationship with yourself. Practice self-care that uplifts you. Engage in activities that spark joy. Surround yourself with supportive, positive people. Speak to yourself with kindness and encouragement. Affirmations can remind you of your worth. I deserve to be treated with respect. My happiness is a priority. I am proud of my journey and my growth. The stronger your sense of self, the less likely you are to allow someone to diminish your value. It's natural to feel apprehensive about new relationships. Take things slowly and remain mindful of your feelings. Notice how someone makes you feel. Do they respect your boundaries? Do they encourage your growth? Are they consistent in their words and actions? If red flags appear, don't make excuses. Trust your past lessons and allow yourself the freedom to walk away. You've already proven your strength by leaving once. You can do it again if needed. Building healthier relationships also means nurturing existing positive connections. Reconnect with friends and family who uplift you. Social support fosters resilience, reminding you that love and care don't have to come at the cost of your peace. Consider joining groups or communities that align with your interests. Whether it's a hobby group, a support network, or a creative community, these environments foster growth and mutual respect. Sometimes the emotional residue of toxic relationships lingers. Therapy can provide tools to rebuild self-trust and establish healthier patterns. Support groups also offer a safe space to share your journey with those who understand. Healing is not a linear process. You may have moments of doubt or sadness, but remember that seeking help is a sign of strength, not weakness. Surrounding yourself with supportive people will remind you that you're not alone. Give yourself credit for making it this far. It takes courage to recognize toxicity, even more so to leave it behind. You are not the same person you were before. Your experiences have made you wiser, stronger, and more attuned to your own needs. Celebrate small victories, setting a boundary, choosing self-care over pleasing others, recognizing when you feel truly valued. Each step forward is proof that you're creating a life where you choose respect and kindness, both from others and for yourself. Real love doesn't hurt, control, or diminish you. It supports, encourages, and uplifts. Moving forward, you have the power to choose relationships that reflect the love you give. Stay committed to valuing yourself and never settle for anything less than mutual respect and care. You are worthy of happiness, peace, and love that empowers rather than confines. As you rebuild your life, hold on to the lessons learned and continue growing into the person you're meant to be.